Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. We are here today. My name is Abdul Jabbar Adam. I am the founder, I am president of Darfur Human Rights Organization of the United States. Thank you very much, each and every one of you, for coming here today to support the causes of in Sudan, which are mainly two: the referendum in South Sudan in 2011, which will be January 9th, and to stop the genocide in Darfur. We are here to push for whatever it takes, whether through the government of Obama or through the international community represented in this United Nations Assembly. We hope that by walking from this office, from in front of these offices to Washington, D.C., we will push for legislation to stop the genocide that's happening in Sudan right now, and to at least guarantee and support the election that's coming in January 9, 2011 in South Sudan. Again, thank you very much. We will be walking from here through New Jersey, through Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, and we'll end up in October 5th at the American University in Washington, D.C. Then, October 7th, we will have a big rally in front of the White House, hoping that somebody would listen to us this time. Thank you very much, and I will be very proud, and Darfur Human Rights Organization is very proud to be part of this freedom walk, which symbolizes the struggle of a young boy who was enslaved in his home country for 3.5 years. Later on, was able to come out of slavery, and instead of spreading hatred, he decided to forgive, forget, and move forward, and that's Simon Deng. Simon Deng, thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Francis Bach. I am very delighted to see all your faces here. I know you, the friend of the Sudanese, and those humanitarian organizations. All your involvement are known. Your support is known by us, the Southern Sudanese, in particular the victims. Myself, Francis Bog, as a former slave from Sudan, from the hand of the same people who continues to marginalize, who continue to enslave our people, who continue to kill our brothers and sisters in Darfur, who continue to allow us, the people of South Sudan, to become who we are as God created us, like any other societies. On January 9, 2011, this is not from us, but this is what you witnessed, you the world, has witnessed it. In 2005, on January 9, in Naivasha, Kenya, there was a peace agreement signed. With that peace agreement, we were given an opportunity, the people of South Sudan, ever to conduct the peaceful, free and peaceable and democratic referendum election come in 2011. So we are here today to mark that day and to tell you, our friends, and to our government here in the United States, and to all the international community, that you must recognize our choices. When we make our choices first time, the people of South Sudan on January 9, you must recognize whether we voted for separation to become an independent state that will be called Republic of Sudan, of South Sudan, or we voted for the unity, which I doubted. Because for 55 years, since Sudan gained it, it's independent from Great Britain. In 1956, the people of South Sudan never had freedom. I was born in 1979. I grew up in war. I'm 10 years old today. I didn't live with my parents. Every time I think about my childhood, I think about just tomorrow. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Save us. Save us on January 9th to become our own. God wants us to be like you and like them too. I ask you to continue to pray. Do what you can for those in Darfur. I ask you also, our brother in Nuba Mountain, Southern Blue Nile, and everyone that has been actually suppressed and oppressed for all this time, while people have suffered greatly. I have been to Sudan 9 times. 9 times. Since the CPA in 2005. Every time I come back home, I come very emotional. Because we talk about this and we never see the result. What is matter, I want you to remember one vocabulary that the capital S with the people of South Sudan are going to separate, and you have to support us. I want you to continue with the same spirit for the people of Darfur. Imagine 1,000 people died a week in your state. People that you know their names, you know their neighborhoods. Innocent kids who do not yet know what this world is about. Why are they dying? Why are we sitting watching? This building here, this building, the United Nations, where all the leaders from around the world actually come here and talk about the peaceful coexistence for all human beings. Why are they always saying never again and again and again our people are dying? 2 genocides in Sudan, over 2 million killed in South Sudan alone. How many people died in Darfur in 2003 up to now, and they are still dying, and yet again and again the UN saying never again. When I became a US citizen in this country, in all 100 questions that you have to pass in order to become a citizen of the United States, you have one question. What is the United Nations? Why do I have to define the UN if they are not for my people? If they are not for me when I was stay for 10 years? When they are not for me when my parents, my mother and father and 2 sisters, and all the relatives that I do not know whether they are alive or dead. When are they going to come? How many people they need to see die in Sudan in order for the world to speak out? Today, we are starting the journey. We are starting the journey of freedom. It has been started some years ago by Simon Deng, the someone who never forgot where he came from. He had lived quite a long time. He had every choice like me, like any other immigrant who came to this country to better his life and his people and relatives. But yet again, he devoted, he dedicated his own lifestyle to speak on behalf of millions, not just Sudanese. And so do neither I. So do neither I since I came here. I work, I try my best, and I did everything I could, and I will continue until I see my people are free at last. The people of South Sudan, I want you to recognize us. I invited you to come and support us. And come celebrate with us when we become a nation in next few months.
Yes. Amen.
Association, the populace. In behalf of Darfur peoples in New York, I'd like to thank all of you to be here and your continuous and unwavering support for Darfur cause and Southern Sudan cause. We are, as the Darfur people, we support and we stand with our brothers and sisters in South Sudan to have the right to have free and fair referendum. So they have to say their words. Either they want to stay with current system of Sudan, or they're going to decide to secede from the current Sudan. And also, on the behalf of Darfur people, I would like to thank Brother Simon Deng for his dedication and resiliency So he's been in a very serious accident, but he is still standing for the cause of the people, as he's fighting for the cause of the people. Thank you all being here. God bless you all. Stand fair. Our cause is still, and regime is still there, and people are still dying in the camps. We have a long way to go, and let us walk with Simon from here to Washington, hoping someone today listen for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming out. We thank you with your commitments to us, to our calls, to our cry, and you show your generosity on those, the victims of Sudan, the victims of the government of Sudan. We, people of Southern Sudan, reach to the final journey, the journeys of the truth, a moment of the truth. And that journey was being put together by everybody in the world, was brought thanks to the American government, United States Congress, the President of the United States signing the Sudan Peace Act, translate into the CPA Comprehensive Peace Agreement signed in Naivasha in 2005. And that CPA said it very clear. After 6 years, in which that CPA would have implemented everything in 6 months. But since the peace agreement has been signed in Naivasha, the sitting government in Khartoum has his way as usual, play a game of cat and mouse games, 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Up to today, all the requirement of the implementation of the CPA, in which said that all it have to be implemented in 6 months, they are not being even brought to light. The demarcation borders, which is a crucial, when we're going to have the 2 states, they have to be a borders to recognize where is the north and where is the south. Up to now, Khartoum playing a game on it. The wealth sharings, knowing that the wealth in that country comes from the southern Sudan, being controlled by the northern Sudan, is not being implemented, and we are now less than 100 days for the moment of the truth, where the Southern Sudanese will vote whether they're going to remain under the Islamization, and Arabization, on enslavement, or they're going to choose freedom for the first time. I, for one, I don't want to go back to being enslaved again. I test freedom. I'm proud today to stand in this country as a free man speaking to the free peoples.
Yes.
And my people's counting days, in 100 days, all of them, they're going to vote. Choose freedom or enslavement or Arabization or Islamization. Of course, they're going to choose freedom, because freedom is a God-given right to all human beings. That being said, as we promise ourselves, we the people of Southern Sudan, for 60 years almost today, we went through a lot in the hands of the sitting government in Khartoum. They slaughtered 3.5 million Southern Sudanese. They enslaved thousands of Southern Sudanese, and even they went and turned their arm and their guns on the people in the Nuba Mountains. Even they went and they turned their arms and guns in the Blue Nile. And more important, the world come to their senses today by saying what happened in Sudan, in the Western Sudan, in Darfur region, as a genocide. Thank God for the first time, even knowing that the genocide has been taking place in Sudan for almost 60 years, since the time of independence. But all in all, we the people of Sudan, after we lost 3.5 million, we know what it means to be in that kind of situation. We feel the pain of a child in Darfur. We feel the pain of the mother in Darfur when she's being raped to produce an Arab child. We're saying enough is enough.